In this video, we're going to look at how we can use Google Sheets chart features to help us understand our data a little bit more. So what I've got here is a basic class sheet. I've hidden my class student names, but what we've got here are their current levels. And we can see from this area here that a 1 is working towards their current grade or current target, a 2 is working out, and a 3 is working beyond. So a 1 is worth 1, a 2 is worth 2, and a 3 is worth 3. Then what I've done is a count of how many of each of those I've got. So I've got 24 in the class, and I've got 5 working towards, 13 working at, and 6 working beyond. If I was to change one of those, we can see that that calculation then updates. So 6, 13, and 5 now. And that's then given me a level value. So I've gone with a formula in here that says whatever's in D2, times that by 1. Whatever's in D3, times it by 2. And whatever's in D4, times it by 3. We've then got here with the total of all of the levels there and the total of all of the count there. And then this score here is our maximum score possible. We've got 24 students. The maximum they can score is 3. So we've got 72 as our option, as our total. Okay. And then what we've got here is basically E5 here, 47, divided by F5 over here, and then times by 100 to give us a numeric score. So that gives me my performance percentage, if you like, for this particular class. But that's not particularly useful because it's not very visual. So what I'm going to do is just highlight these 2 cells here and go to the chart wizard. And it automatically comes up with a column chart, but I'm going to change that to a gauge. Okay. And I'm just going to adjust that in so it fits a little bit better and move it down here. Move myself over slightly. So we can see here that according to this, the gauge is showing 65. Okay, that's reasonable, but doesn't give us too much help in terms of actual visuals. So what we're now going to do is go to customize and go to the gauge. And we've got here the different ranges. So we've got that the gauge is running from 0 to 100 because it's working on a percentage. We're going to input here that 0 to 33 is going to be the red zone, and that 34 to 66 is going to be the orange zone. You can change the colors if you want. You can have it as a yellow zone. Okay, I like the orange though. And then 67 to 100 is going to be the green zone. Okay, if you really wanted to, you could add a further option potentially if you felt like you needed to. Okay, but we've got these 3 rows in here now. So that's given us more of an idea. Much more visual, easier to see. And what we can see is we're right on the cusp here of hitting the green. So because of the formulas that are in place, what we can now do is we can say, well, student 13 is really close to working beyond. With a little bit of input from myself and maybe some additional work and extra challenge, they could move to a 3. And we can see that the gauge immediately moves up. And this student here, actually, they were on a 1 because they've been absent for a bit, but they're actually catching up now. And it won't be long before they're working out if I keep working with them. So let's move them up and we can see that the gauge moves into the green zone. So you can do this for every class and potentially have the gauge for different classes, different year groups, or different groups within your class. So boys and girls, pupil premium against non-pupil premium, or even higher attainers and so on. So a really easy way of making your data more visual. Give it a try.